I run to be.
I run to be.
strong.
I run to be healthy.
I run to be
I run to
alive.
I run to be
in shape.
desired.
I run to be
I run
happy.
to be
I run to
fit.
be
I
stress-free.
run to be
I
tan.
run to be hot.
I run to be
I run to be
fierce.
I run to be seen.
Out of the 20,000 runners, we are the 8 young women, selected to take you behind the glory, guts, and makeup.
Giving you front row seats as we prepare for the race of our lives.
With the help of our flips, we're turning the cameras around on ourselves.
So you can see us eat, breathe, and sleep.
The Nike Women's Marathon 2010.
I hope you like it, because you're stuck with me.
When I'm running, I think about solving all the world's problems. It's a time when I'm able to be with myself and kind of clear my head.
Being able to run marathons is definitely what turned me away from hurdles and being able to stay in group running, which is definitely way more motivating for me than an individual race.
Well, I've been running for 3 years, but I used to be a soccer player. But then one day I just ran a half marathon and I totally fell in love. 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, you name it, I love them all.
During cross-country races, I used to be the one person that had a ponytail going back and forth during my runs, and people could always pick me out.
The inspiration behind my paintings and drawings comes from the emotions I get from running. I was born a runner, and the only thing I know is running.
I just want to be able to finish, feel healthy, and not pass out at the end of the race. I bring up the rear in the group to motivate everyone who's in the back running with me.
I started running in junior high when we had to run the mile every week, and I was the fastest girl. And so I decided to join cross country, and here I am now running the Nike Women's Marathon.
It's going to be amazing being able to go home to San Francisco and just running with all the other girls.
I think it'll be really motivational for me to run with all the other women during the Nike Women's Marathon.
I would say I'm most excited about running with so many people. Because I've only had the chance to run with 5, 10 people, and now being able to run with 20,000 is just going to be fantastic.
Just having thousands of people around me running and cheering you on, I feel like that'll just motivate me to keep going.
Those hills are going to be pretty brutal, but I feel like being around my peers and other college students and strong women will push me through it.
I've never run in downtown San Francisco, let alone up the hills in San Francisco.
I'll be so excited and exhilarated to be running amongst 20,000 other women for the same cause, to get to the finish line.
When I think about 20,000 other athletes running this race, I wonder what got them to this point and what inspired them to run the Nike Women's Marathon.
The worst thing ever just happened to me, and it's not funny. I'm seriously about to cry. I was all excited, feeling all ambitious for my jog, and look what happened. I completely trip over a rock as I'm trying to find a good song on my iPod and eat shit really bad. Right in front of this guy named John, who was so nice.
When training for the Nike Women's Marathon, I try and increase my mileage each week. So I started out at 5 miles, the next week I did 6, I'm up to 8 now.
I've been doing mostly just morning runs. Depending on the day, I'll usually run between 5 and 11 miles. I wake up every morning before class and I run to the beach. And halfway through my run, I get to just stand and look at the beautiful ocean, and then I get to scurry back to class.
I usually do my long runs on Sunday because then I have the most time after to take an ice bath, foam roll, and I have about 4 different foam rollers. They're all varying in intensity, and they basically make me cry in pain, but they're totally necessary because I feel awesome afterwards.
In my training, I use the Nike Plus Sport Band just for my distance.
It calculates my pace, my distance, as well as my calories burned. So it's a really great tool to use while running.
I don't look at the actual time, I just look at the pace and the distance, and then I don't worry on my runs about how much I have left or how long I've been going for. I'll just plug it straight into my computer and I can keep track of my workouts better.
I try to run every day, usually in between classes when I have time, but sometimes college gets in the way with homework and life.
The hardest part about training is doing things besides running. I could run all day, but you have to stretch and do other cross-training forms.
Volleyball and hardcore strength training.
Weightlifting, spinning classes.
I've been doing fly football for my sorority. What?
Usually lift a few times a week, as well as bike.
I really like to strength train and especially focus on core work because I think that makes me an overall stronger athlete and more importantly, keeps me injury free.
One more, good one.
It's true. I eat so bad. Oh my god.
Lots of brownies.
It is so delicious.
While training for the Nike Women's Marathon, my diet has stayed relatively the same. I've been trying to eat a little bit healthier. I love carbs, so I'm always eating bread and pasta. I avoid fast food at all costs, and I also keep very hydrated, so I drink a lot of water.
Since I've been training, I have been trying to stay away from too many cookies and sweets, but really, I'm just about the same.
I double my intake on food because I have a really fast metabolism, so I've been eating double of everything. I pretty much eat 6 meals a day.
I've just been trying to eat mostly healthy, not eating too much chocolate. Dark chocolate is definitely my cheat food.
As a college student, there's a lot of chicken nuggets and frozen taquitos and soda, which really shouldn't be in my diet, but because I run every day, I don't really feel bad about eating unhealthy because I tend to just work it all off.
When I'm training, I'm usually a little more lenient with my diet because I'm running a lot, so I think in my head that it's okay to eat a little more junk.
I eat basically every hour on the hour and I love it. I love almond butter sandwiches. I usually have spinach and tomato and cheese sandwiches. I love nuts. I love chocolate milk. I make my own granola bars and they are so good. And I vary what I put in them and sometimes if I'm feeling sneaky, I put chocolate chips.
Want some? I bandage myself up. I always thought I was kind of a coordinated person because I've played sports all my life, but apparently that's not the case. We're ready!
When I'm running and I'm about on the 8th or 9th mile, I usually get pretty tired, but usually I just think about how much training I've already done and how much hard work I've already put in.
The biggest challenge is just getting ready for the hills, so I've been trying to do a lot of different terrain, so going up hills, running on the beach and the sand.
I'm not used to running 13 miles with frequent hills, especially San Francisco's hills are pretty intense.
This will be the first time I'm running over 5 miles, so 13.1 is a little scary.
When things start getting really hard around, mile 9, 10, usually you're starting to hit a wall, I just pretend I'm in a Nike commercial and I'm a pro and I can't back down because I'm about to win. Running on Marina Green, it's just like running nirvana.
You start along the grass and then you end up along the beach and there's a trail that goes all the way to the Golden Gate Bridge.
There's about 800 runners around you at all times. The bikers are a little crazy.
My favorite spot to run on campus is either the Dish or around Lake Log.
My favorite place to run is right here on the bluff at Loyola Marymount University in Westchester, California.
It's through the neighborhoods of LMU and then it goes under the LMU letters and it's nice and quiet and it's our own little scenery and our own little community back there.
My favorite place to run is the beach because I get to enjoy the sunrise and sunset.
I'm not feeling that well from my excessive partying last night.
I think the hardest part of getting ready for the marathon is forcing yourself to run on the days when you really don't want to, but you know you need to, so I'll be able to succeed.
It's not as easy as I anticipated, I guess.
There is such a thing as running too much, and I think I'm beginning to learn that the hard way.
My body's talking to me and it's ready for a rest.
During Greek Week football, I pulled my groin and my hamstring.
I got my wisdom teeth out about 3 weeks ago, so that set me back 2 weeks and I kind of had to start from square one.
I think it's just really hard to be consistent with training, always getting up early in the morning, getting my run done.
Well, this will be my first race that my entire training schedule was based off of when I was working 40+ hour weeks.
When training for such a far distance, it's difficult for me to take 1 to 2 hours out of my day and find the time to run.
I am training with a lot of my close friends, and I'm in school and I have a job and I do my art.
I've had 2 jobs. I've had my sorority, I've had my boyfriend, I've had my friends, everything that I've had to balance.
I'm also kind of stressed out because I'm starting a new job tomorrow.
Time. There's not enough time in the day. Homework, school, friends, classes,
I have 2 midterms this week.
eating, sleeping, Gossip Girl, and then running and training for a Glee. I'm only one person.
Nike Women's, here we come. Now that is a runner's suitcase.
After the race, I think that out of the whole experience, I'll know how much I can motivate myself to do something that I really want to do.
The thing I've learned most about myself through training is the discipline that I can have if I really work at something.
There were days that all I wanted to do was go run, and I had to have some self-control and realize that I would become more injured if I did that. So patience, that's really what I took away from this.
After I cross the finish line, I'll know that no matter what, I can do anything I set my mind to.
Running is a really big part of my life. It's really something that I think makes me a lot more confident about myself, knowing that I put in hard work.
I love to run. The feeling that I get from it is great. Hopefully the Nike Women's Marathon will be the first of my several running events that I'll do in my lifetime.
We did it!
How does that feel?
I can make it up those hills. I can do anything.
I can't believe the race is 2 days away. I have so much to do. I have a midterm tomorrow. I gotta pack and I gotta train some more, but I'm so excited and I'm coming, San Francisco.